I'm John, and
And I'm the champ that runs the camp. I am the face that runs the place. Here for the schmuck Gary. And apparently this show is called Two Bros Doing Shows, but it's only going to have one bro because I'm the one that showed up, the champ.
you're the one in 20 and 1.
I'm the one that beat John Cena. I'm the one who took him at SummerSlam, and I'm the one that's about to beat him at the Rumble. It's like, why do losers always call themselves John? Come on, John. What's your explanation for that?
At least I have a better name than Gary.
Yeah, apparently, the list of Jericho? What'd this dude do? Drink a bunch of the Y2J Kool-Aid?
So
Let's get on to the list, shall we?
So today we have, and if you wouldn't mind, AJ, going along with this, our top 10 list of wrestlers. Except this time, me and my brother decided to create our own list of 10. But since my brother isn't here, got to deal with AJ Styles. Not too thrilled about it, but hey, you know.
And what's wrong with me? I'm the champ. I beat John Cena. I will beat John Cena.
You got beat by
again.
James Ellsworth 3 times.
Oh, you want to talk about how Dean Ambrose interfered in my match 3 times?
How about we just forget the whole thing?
How about we look at these lists? Because you're going to end up on another list. The list of AJ Styles, which I guarantee is where styles clash.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and go first to show this schmuck how to actually do the whole list thing. So my number 10, come squeaking in at last minute, is the king of the cruiserweights, Neville.
Neville? Why would you pick Neville?
Because he is one of the most badass high flyers on the roster, constantly proving that he can take on any challenger. And honestly, the guy looks like he deserves to call himself the king of the cruiserweights. I mean, that guy is fucking buff.
He also deserves to call himself the king of Gryffindor. The guy's 5'0" and has a beard from Scotland or Ireland or whatever country he's from.
And he does have ears like Dobby.
Yeah. Next.
You go next.
Okay, at number 10, apparently this guy picked Chris Jericho. Now, the only thing funny he's done this year is A, create the list of Jericho, which apparently has half the roster on it. So you make the list, and you make the list. I remember when Adam Kushner made the list, or Kushner, as he put it, and Danny Masterson. How about this guy not make any list at all? Except he did have some decent matches against Seth Rollins. He got his ass whipped by me. And, of course, ran into a Hell in a Cell and interfered. Because, of course, Kevin Owens, paper champion, can't defend his title legit like me. You go next.
All right. Number 9 is the actual cruiserweight champion, Rick Swann. This guy, coming in, he has just the right personality, the right kind of moves to go on to be a future Intercontinental title holder, and probably even a WWE champion. He's definitely one of the favorites from CWC, but he only made number 9 because
Because what? He dances like Michael Jackson? I mean,
well,
come
that
on.
and his promos need some work still. He's not quite there yet.
Yeah, like the sweaty picture he took for the CWC opening. Really inspiring, Swan. But I will give him this. He does know how to dance. So, dance for the people, make them happy. Whatever.
Alright, you're next.
So, at number 8, this dude put DIY. Yeah, at number 9, it was DIY. Now, these guys are the NXT Tag Team Champions. That means they're the undercard Tag Team Champions.
Hey, they're still damn good as tag champions.
Yeah, and
Even
yet
if
they
they are
couldn't do anything in the CWC.
True.
But they still defeated the Revival. So, meh to me, because I'm the champ that runs the camp. And that camp is looking pretty good right now. So why don't you go next?
So, my next one, number 8, is admittedly probably on this list more because he's a personal favorite of mine than anything, but it's Tony Nese.
Why the hell did you put Tony Nese at number 8?
The guy is an awesome athlete. He can really take on near anyone, and he's proven it time and again how good of a wrestler he is. Granted, he doesn't have much personality yet, but I really do think that he is destined for big things, and I really
The guy has the personality of a paperclip, bro.
Anyways, I like the guy. His matches have stuck in my mind, unlike a lot of other wrestlers.
This was supposed to be the 10 greatest, not your 10 favorite. What has Tony Nese done to deserve to be on the 10 best?
He's kicked ass. Unlike you, who keeps getting your ass kicked by James Ellsworth.
I also kicked Dolph Ziggler and Baron Corbin's ass tonight.
Oh, golf clap. So impressive.
Yeah, I did it clean in the middle of the ring.
Yeah, after someone else got their finisher off on Dolph Ziggler.
And then I got my finisher off on Dolph Ziggler.
No, then you got your finisher off on Baron Corbin, who rolled out of the ring, and you took his pin.
Hey, he rolled out of the ring. Not my fault about ring mechanics.
All right, you're next.
So, the next one on this guy's list was the Revival. I could see why he'd put them here. First ever 2-time NXT Tag Team Champions. These guys had a solid performance at every NXT pay-per-view this year. And they had solid performances throughout NXT throughout the whole year. I could see why they were the best in NXT as far as tag teams. Can't wait to see these guys come up to the main roster.
Yeah, the Revival are an amazing tag team, no doubt. They had quite a feud with DIY, which ended them tapping out like bitches.
Hey, we all know what it's like to tap out.
You would know that, wouldn't you? Next, my number 7.
Hey, I'm phenomenal. I don't have to take that from you.
You're phenomenally here right
I'm the
now,
champ
so yes,
that
you
runs
do.
the camp. Okay.
All right. So next, my number 7, the Hype Bros. these guys have constantly put on great matches. They're really exciting to watch in the ring. As goofy as Mojo Rawley is, he brings a lot of energy and entertainment, and is able to, and it really connects with Zack Ryder because it's such a smooth tag team.
Wasn't Zack Ryder the guy that won the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania and then lost it the next day to The Miz? So what is he doing on your list? Like, this guy's not even here, and he made a better list.
My list
is what, the list of participation in golf claps?
Yeah, well, at least I know how to appreciate main roster picks.
Hey, you can be main roster, or you can be phenomenal.
I'd rather be on the main roster. Your turn.
This person next put in Asuka. Honestly, I couldn't disagree with this one at all. This woman is undefeated. This woman is the NXT Women's Champion. This woman beat Bayley. This woman defeated Nia Jax. This woman defeated Mickie James. I don't see who this woman hasn't defeated yet. So, totally agree with this pick. I don't know. What's your next pick? So, is it going to be another cruiserweight?
Actually, quite the opposite. My next pick for number 6 is Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens.
Oh, you mean the paper champion?
He could kick your ass. You know that, right?
He can't even see the ground, much less kick my ass.
Kevin Owens has made an amazing impact in the company ever since he came. Now, granted, he'd probably be up higher on this list if Chris Jericho wasn't interfering in all of his matches. But the thing is that Kevin Owens has shown that he can hold his own. Even before this whole Jericho thing, he's an amazing wrestler, an amazing champion, and I think he's going to go down as one of the best champions of all time.
I think he's just going to go down, most likely.
You mean like you are when John Cena puts that STFU on you?
Yeah, and then I win the Royal Rumble and get it back at WrestleMania.
You're confusing your name with Bill Goldberg.
Oh, please. A 50-year-old man take me? Please.
Well, he took someone a lot younger than him and beat him in 90 seconds. Wait, no, 96 seconds, sorry.
96? I heard it was a minute 23. So I think you need to go fact check again.
Oh, so scary. So
well,
what's yours next?
Number 6, apparently this person had a tie, which in a top 10 list you shouldn't have a tie, but it's Charlotte and Sasha Banks. I can agree with those two people being on this list because they've been in every groundbreaking match that for women that the WWE's had this year, whether it's been Hell in the Cell, no DQ, pinfall anywhere.
Pins count anywhere, I believe is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, it just is amazing. I mean, what these women have gone out there and done is phenomenal.
Surprisingly, that is actually my number 5. Charlotte and Sasha Banks have, as you've said, and I will agree, put on some of the best female matches ever since Trish and Lita. And
I can agree with that.
and they keep bringing it. Now, granted, that feud is over for right now. It ended with Charlotte winning the title back, and now
Well, she's undefeated at pay-per-views.
yeah,
She's phenomenal. What do you expect?
So yeah, Ty Hero apparently from both me and my brother, and I'm glad we were so in sync on that at least. Maybe his is a bit lower on, but I think I did. I think I put him in a good spot. So what's your number 5?
This guy's number 5 was The Miz. Now, The Miz,
the guy that can't win a match without his girlfriend cheating for him.
the guy who reinvigorated the IC title, the guy who over this past fall, along with Dolph Ziggler, sat there and took the IC title from nothing and turned it into a premier title again. He made it great again.
Yeah,
He made it phenomenal.
real good premier title considering that it was just those two for like the entire amount of time.
Look at what happened with Sami Zayn. Well, what do you call that?
Them not doing their job and pushing someone that deserves it.
Oh, okay. Because Sami Zayn's not getting enough of a push right now. You know what? Go on to your next pick.
Okay.
You
So,
talk too much.
and you're not phenomenal enough.
Phenomenal enough to have a list right here from somebody who's not here that's better than yours.
Yeah. My number 4 is The New Day, the longest running tag team champions. They are an excellent mix of speed and strength. They are able to change up who is in their who's going to be defending the titles, allowing them for a lot more flexibility in how they fight. Now, granted, they just recently lost the titles, but the fact remains that they proved themselves to be a top-tier tag team and go from 3 guys with next to no ambition and no career goals to a team that has took the world by storm.
You want to talk about taking the world by storm? This guy's number 4 was Shinsuke Nakamura. Okay, Nakamura has become a 2-time NXT World Champion by defeating Samoa Joe and holding that title, playing hot potato with it with Samoa Joe, and then regaining it back from Samoa Joe just recently in Osaka, Japan. And you see why Austin Aries is commentating? There's a little gif on the internet about what happened to Austin Aries when he had a running knee to his face. He had a giant black eye as an entrance wound. I'm surprised that fool didn't have an exit wound. That is phenomenal.
Yes. So I'm going to go on to my number 3.
Oh, come on. That wasn't pretty.
Yes, it was.
Actually, it wasn't pretty. It was ugly.
Yes,
But-
it was very ugly. It was as ugly as Decay from TNA. You would know a lot about TNA, right? I mean, you spent a lot of time there, wasting time.
I didn't waste any time in TNA. The only time I wasted was with a certain somebody and a certain company that didn't want to pay me the money that I was worth. So I decided to become phenomenal and go to the WWE.
So, my number. Wait, is it
You're
my
next.
My number 3, and granted, this is maybe I shouldn't have put this guy so high up though, but I like him. He's constantly reinventing himself every time he comes back to the ring. He's always shown that he has the skills no matter what the age. I'm talking Chris Jericho. This guy is an amazing talent. He's one of the best out there. From WCW to WWE, the guy has not, practically hasn't aged a day, first of all. Second of all, he can still do every move just as well as he could back in the day. I'm thinking this guy is probably going to stay around as long as Hulk Hogan did. But let's leave Hogan out of it. Fact of the matter is, Chris Jericho, one of the best wrestlers out there. Nothing's going to tell me otherwise.
Really? Because A, I whipped his ass. And B, he sits there and manipulates Kevin Owens. And now he's getting put in a shark cage. So, the only thing, you know what that tells me? Jericho is a Y2 jackass. So, Jericho is such a big deal because Jericho's got a big mouth.
Well, you would know all about Big Mouth, right?
Yeah, except I can back it up because I'm phenomenal. I'm the champ. I beat John Cena.
And he's going to beat you right back.
Yeah, And what fantasy reality is this? World of Warcraft?
Why don't you go next?
Well, this schmuck put Dean Ambrose, another guy I put into the ground. He and I had a decent feud over the fall and complained that I hit him low. I didn't hit him low. I hit him right in the thigh, which was legal. But, people want to say, ooh, I hit you in the crotch. Well, guess what? You want to sick a man like James Ellsworth on me and then make me lose matches to a wannabe? Then you deserved it. But I will say this about Dean Ambrose. He did have one of the quote-unquote best matches of the year at Battleground against his two brethren from the Shield. He did have one of the best Money in the Banks of the year when he won it and cashed it in the same night to defeat Seth Rollins for the WWE title, which I took from him. So, I guess that's a pretty phenomenal year, wouldn't you?
I would say that, yeah, actually, you know what? Dean Ambrose is a good wrestler. I'm not going to argue that. I think that him getting low blowed by you was...
It wasn't a low blow.
Yeah, and I'm not wearing a Sting shirt, right? And I'm wearing a freaking Ultimate Warrior shirt, not a Sting shirt.
Well, I don't know what shirt that is, because it's so low on the camera I can't see it.
Well, truth be told, you're a cheater. Go screw yourself. Now.
Oh, really? Is that how you feel? Because I'm not a cheater. I'm phenomenal.
You're a phenomenal cheater.
Uh-huh.
So, next, I believe my turn. My number 2, a lot different placement than my brother's number, than my brother put on his list. Asuka. because nobody is ready for Asuka. She kicks so much ass, has come and conquered every single female competitor that has been put in front of her, from Bailey to Nia Jax to just anyone. She is undefeated.
Mickey James.
Beat her ass too. Asuka is simply one of the best wrestlers. Her style reminds me a bit of God, what's his name?
Shinsuke Nakamura.
No, actually, not Shinsuke Nakamura. I was going to say the Japanese buzzsaw.
Tajiri.
Thank you. She reminds me a bit of Tajiri, and I mean, just she's amazing. She would be, as you say, phenomenal.
Well, I can't argue with that, seeing as she's never lost a match in her entire freaking career.
Yeah, and especially since she never lost to someone like James Ellsworth 3 times.
You know, you keep bringing that up. I'm going to take a chair and put it to your back, just like I took a chair and put it to Dean Ambrose's back.
Yeah, and you took a chair and put it to Dolph Ziggler's back, and took a chair and put it to Baron Corbin's back, and
took a chair and took it to John Cena's back. Maybe you're all recognizing a pattern.
I'm recognizing karma.
You know what else is karma? Jon Stewart.
Alright. So, what's your number 2?
Yeah, my number, or the number 2 on this list is The New Day. Now, they might wear llama penises on their head and throw out, oodles of poodles of cereal to people. They're sitting there dragging their little cereal bags, feeding children who are already hyped up on the sugar their parents bought for them. But I will give them this. They were the longest reigning tag team champions ever and retired the penny belts before they became the Raw Tag Team Championship belts. So I will say this. Congratulations on defeating the record for the Tag Team Championships. I hope you would enjoy it, because once my friends from the club get a hold of those belts, you're not getting them.
Boo. Boo, club, boo.
Yeah, well, guess what?
So, before we get to our number 1s, we have some honorable mentions here. So, I'm going to go ahead and go first with my 3, which are...
Which, knowing you, are going to all be from the Cruiserweight division.
Actually, no. None of them are.
Oh, wait, is your girlfriend James Ellsworth on there?
No. You want to know who is, though? You are.
Yeah, I better be, considering I wasn't on your list.
Though, to be honest, Bailey is first. Great start up to the year, but when she got to the main roster, she got no chance and is just now getting her opportunity to go after the women's title. But other than that, she is really just backstage decoration. Wasn't impressed, wasn't very happy about it. AJ Styles and Dean Ambrose, both guys great, but I believe that the feud going in with James Ellsworth, it really soured it for me, and it was an unwanted and unneeded part of the matches of the storyline, whereas they could have been the
Yeah, it was unwanted and unneeded for me too. Because I don't need to fight a shrimp 3 times to get to a guy like Dean Ambrose.
and lose 3 times. But yeah, no, you're right. You're right. And the last one, I'd be remiss to not have them somewhere on here. Sheamus and Cesaro, 2 guys who no one thought would get anywhere, and they're really growing on me. So, what about you?
Okay. Well, this guy left me with not as many as you, but he left me with 3. Some I like, some I don't. One would be Dolph Ziggler. Again, I don't think that match with The Miz would have meant as much if it wasn't against Dolph Ziggler. These two are like me and Cena, just phenomenal at what they do in the ring, and they know how to get it done. Even though the Miz's girlfriend belongs in a shark cage at this point, the fact is, after spraying hairspray or whatever it was in Ziggler's eyes so many times, I believe it was in Sacramento, he finally lost his title.
Yep.
Then, number 2 is an old buddy of mine, Samoa Joe. Another 2-time NXT champion who unfortunately lost his title just recently. Probably going to get called up, show up in the Rumble and kick some ass. I don't care if Goldberg or freaking Lesnar is. Let's see how those 2 fare against a Coquina Clutch or a Muscle Buster. Because I think those 2 are going to be singing a different tune when Samoa Joe hits the ring. Because Joe does what Joe wants.
Yes, he certainly does.
And then the third one, I think this guy, by this point, had too much Y2J Kool-Aid, is Roman Reigns. See, I beat Roman Reigns. But I guess Roman Reigns had some boss match or matches against a certain U.S. champion named Rusev. And at Hell in the Cell, had a chain stuck in his mouth, more than likely lost a few teeth, and then shoved it to Rusev and won the U.S. title. He did have some decent matches against me during the year, but guess what? I won out that feud. And I should have won out that feud as the champ, but Triple H robbed me because he took the title at the Rumble, which I lasted a lot longer than he did. 27 minutes I lasted.
That's a long time.
And where does he walk in? At number 30, because his privileged ass is married to the wife of the company.
Maybe you should be going on to Raw and be helping out Seth Rollins.
Maybe I should rejoin the club and take everyone down, because the club gets what the club wants. And once Shinsuke makes it up, him, Gallows, Anderson, and Balor will take this whole company by storm.
Alright. Well, now we have our number 1 picks. I'll go ahead and go first. And this should be obvious, although I'm a little disappointed by my brother's list of having him so low. but it's Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke Nakamura has been one of the best, consistently one of the best wrestlers out there. Yes, he works a little stiff, but you know what? Sometimes that stiffness makes the matches all that more exciting.
I don't see how it's low. He is number 4.
Yeah, still too low. Anyway, I'd expect you to say that, AJ Styles. You think you're above everyone. Anyways, so Shinsuke, great wrestler, only 2 losses, and an amazing amount of just kick assness. It's hard to put into words because honestly, he is that good of a wrestler. And when he does make it up, like you said, he is going to dominate. And you know what? He's even going to dominate you.
Well, for those of you that don't know, we've actually faced each other already.
I mean,
Little place called New Japan Pro Wrestling. And I'll tell you what, it was a hell of a match. But you know who won? Me. So look it up on the internet. Nerd.
Okay, so then, who's your number 1?
Well, apparently, remember that little comment about your brother putting so many people up above other people?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, he put me above everybody else.
Of course he did.
Yeah, you see, because I beat John Cena. I beat Dean Ambrose. I beat John Cena and Dean Ambrose. I beat all of them. And I beat Baron Corbin. I beat Dolph Ziggler. I beat Baron Corbin and Dolph Ziggler. I beat so many people, I need a whooping stick.
I think they have those now in your size.
Yeah, I bet they do. Because you know what? I am phenomenal. And I'm so phenomenal, I'm number 1 on this list. And I should be number 1 on everybody's top 10 lists for wrestlers of this year. Because I walked in to the Royal Rumble at number 4, and I lasted 27 minutes.
And you still lost.
Yeah, and guess what else? I ended up beating John Cena at SummerSlam, and I took my WWE World title the very next month. So how do you like them apples, baby?
Well, I'm John.
And I'm AJ Styles.
And this podcast has been... Come on. Too sweet.